So the first thing I do is highlight my school, home, and work section in different colors. This way, when I go back in and add in the information, I can highlight it and know exactly which category it belongs to. Now, these three categories, the school, home, and work, are not for your normal day-to-day activities, but for things that you want to get done in those areas. The next thing I do is go ahead and date all of my pages and start working on my menu. Now, I don't follow this 100% to the T because I often change things throughout the week, but this just gives me a guideline of what I could make throughout the week and helps me think of ideas for dinners. I pretty much always leave the lunch space empty because I usually do something pretty quick or just random that I have in my freezer. We are a CC family, so you can see that on Tuesdays, which is our community day, we keep it pretty simple. This Tuesday happened to be the end of our first quarter, so we had a pizza day at our community day, and then we just had some chicken nuggets for dinner. The next thing I do is put into our school, home, and work sections extra things that I want to do during the week that aren't part of my normal weekly schedule. For example, in our home this week, I really wanted to take all of my daughter's old baby items that we aren't using anymore to Once Upon a Child, which is a resale store in our area. And then, for example, for schoolwork, I really wanted to do a cookie history assignment that I found on CC Connected. And I also wanted to do a science activity that I found on CC Connected that went with our week 6 cycle where we were talking about the digestive system. I love having these spaces in my daily planner because there are things throughout the week that come up that I'm like, oh man, I wish I could really get that done. And then I can put them here. And then after I add in my schedule for each day for appointments and must-haves, I can see if there's space to move any of these items into those days so that they can get completed. Now, when I get started on this part of my planning, I like to have my phone next to me because I do still keep all of our appointments in my phone on our family calendar. So I grab my phone and I write down all of the appointments that I might have for that day or anything that I know that we have planned. This way, when I open my planner every single day, I can see what's going on with the day, but I do still keep all of our appointments in our family calendar. This way that my husband and I can still see what's going on each day. Now that I have all of our appointments and non-negotiable activities in my planner, I can go through and highlight and color coordinate the school, home, and work activities that I've put in for those days to see if I can accomplish them. And then if I can't, I know that I can move them to the next week, but it does make me push harder to get those things done, knowing that they're already in my planner and scheduled for that day. And last but not least, up in the top, I like to put in the thankful box something different each week and something a little bit meaningful. So this week I put that I am very thankful that my hope is in Christ. When I'm done prepping my calendar for the week, I do like to prep my CC packet. If you guys watched our curriculum video, you would have seen all these resources, so go ahead and check that out if that's something that you're interested in. But here you just see me taking out everything from the previous week, all of our math cards, our history, our science cards, taking out our English and our Latin so that I can set it up for this coming week. So this right here is our science cards, and I like to keep them on this little ring. So I'm just taking out the one for this coming week and putting back the one for last week. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with our history cards. Take the one out for this week and put back the one for last week. I really love organizing them this way. And then here we have our math cards. So we're going to do the 11s and 12s. And now we're moving on to our timeline cards. So if you saw one of our earlier videos, you saw how I organize our timeline cards. So this is just me putting back in the ones from last week. We do 7 cards each week. And I'm going to take out the next 7 cards that we have them for this week. And then next up, I'm just going to write out our English and Latin. I like having these as a visual for my son and myself so that when we're singing the songs, we can, see what we're looking at, and it does help us to get it into our memories even better. I like slipping these into these dry erase sleeves. It helps to protect them, and then also you can write on them if you want to. I can link them down below so that you can check them out for yourself. They're a great homeschool resource. I love having these. So there you have it. Now my CC packet is all packed up and my daily planner is ready to go. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and a look at how I plan our weeks. If you want a more in-depth video of how I use that planner, just go ahead and leave it in the comments below and leave me any tips or tricks that you have to plan your weeks, especially with homeschool. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you in the next one.